Okay, welcome to a lesson on concession and contrast. Now we looked at although and though and even though, and we even had a quick look at while in the previous class. And I want you to remember that although, though and even though, generally speaking, they're very often seen followed by a clause, a whole clause, because they are subordinating conjunctions. So is while, when, although, so is whereas, so is much as. And what this means is it's followed by a clause. Yeah, these subordinating conjunctions are followed by clauses. In spite of and despite are not subordinating conjunctions. They are prepositions. What does preposition mean? Well, it's a word that sets up a relationship to a noun. And so that's how they're different from subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions join a subclause to a main clause. And so you always see although and then subject and verb, or not always. We saw that in the last class as well. Not always, but a lot of the time you see a whole clause after a subordinating conjunction. With a preposition, you just see a noun. So you might have a pronoun, you might have a noun phrase, you might have a gerund, which is a verb with ing on the end, doing, having, playing, going. Because that is the verb functioning as a noun. That's what gerund means. It means verb functioning as a noun. And so that's one more thing you can have. And you can also have despite the fact that, and then it turns into a subordinating conjunction and you can add a clause. Let's see what I mean. So you can say, in spite of all this, I managed to get there on time. Yeah, maybe you had loads of problems on a journey, but in spite of all those problems, yeah, in spite of all this, you managed to get there on time. So you can use a pronoun. You can say, in spite of the weather, despite the weather, we had a lovely picnic. Yeah, maybe it was raining, but you still had a lovely picnic. So despite the weather, we had a lovely picnic. You can use a gerund. So we saw this in the last class. I told you that although having a car sounds wrong to me, I've seen it several times now on the internet and it's starting to make me think maybe I'm wrong. But I really don't like the sound of subordinating conjunction plus stative verb in a reduced clause. I don't like although having a car. It sounds wrong to me. So does when having a car. So does while having a car. If you're using it after the while to join it onto the main clause. So in my opinion, you need to swap although having a car for despite having a car.